What's good, Detroit Sports Nation? I am Eric Vincent, your host here at the DSN News Desk, back again to chop it up with you, the best fan base in the world. I appreciate your time and support, and I'm sitting here in the best mood that I've felt in a little while, man, because we can finally talk about a Detroit basketball victory. After coming off of a 5-game slide, the Pistons got plenty of reason to celebrate tonight, coming off a 128-114 victory against the defending champs, against the Golden State Warriors. An amazing and impressive victory by the Detroit Pistons. To me, as good as they've looked all season, and I really hope they celebrate and enjoy this game tonight, man. I mean, you know how the NBA talks about, we get one game here, we got to move on to the next and stay focused. I really want the Pistons to hone in on what they did and celebrate and feel good about what they did. Because the way they played tonight seems like they heard a lot of criticism and they responded to a lot of it. And for me, for a young team going against the defending champions, where they had to withstand run after run, tough shot after tough shot by Jordan Poole and Steph Curry, and just all these flurries that Golden State went on, the Pistons handled all of that beautifully like a veteran team, and I'm so proud of them tonight, man. They got me with my solo cup ready to celebrate. I mean, it's just water. But, I mean, listen, I'm still in a good mood, and I'm hoping y'all are feeling as good as I am tonight, man. This was really cool to watch. I was in a great mood. I still am right now. And to me, I feel like there are 3 key things that contributed to what we saw tonight. They might not be trends, and some of them I think could be trends, but there are 3 things that I think really played to the keys of the Pistons winning this game tonight. Now, for those who know me and those who may follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at I am Eric Vincent. You know I've been very, very critical and tough on Beef Stew and Saddiq Bey. I have called them out relentlessly. I have talked about how I've questioned their fit within the starting lineup, how their inconsistencies drove me crazy. I can be a tough critic, but again, I'm fair. I'm objective. So even if I'm tough one day, I'm going to give you your flowers when you deserve it. And Beef Stew and Saddiq Bey played some of the best basketball I've ever seen them play since they've been professionals. This was an awesome performance by all of them, man. Both of them, too. We'll take it 2 by 2 for now. Saddiq Bey, we'll start with Saddiq because Isaiah, I want to give him his stage for a little bit. Saddiq Bey started off not so great. He was kind of annoying me in the first half because he was still doing the catching it wide open, taking the one dribble to the side, and then chucking up a brick. But after that, I think he maybe only did that maybe 2 or 3 times. Saddiq honed in and really attacked Golden State in a lot of ways that I like. Scored 28 points, 9 of 17 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, even grabbed 6 boards. Saddiq was all over the place today. I was really impressed with what I saw from Saddiq. He finally was able to settle in and get comfortable in some catch and shoot spots where I think it was either Isaiah Livers who hit him on a couple rolls into the corner. I think Isaiah Livers and Killian as well also set him up for a couple. Cade found him on a couple rolls as well. And he was dribbling a lot less when it wasn't necessary. He was really focusing in and just letting it go when he was open. And that's when Saddiq is at his best, when he's making quick decisions. And I'm not even talking about just shooting threes, because when he was given the ball as well, there were times where he saw, I got Steph Curry on me. I'm going to the hoop. And that's exactly what he did. That helped him get to the free throw line 6 times, knocked all 6 free throws down, really helped him finish well at the rim, missed a couple layups, but for the most part, he was pretty efficient with his finishes at the rim today. I was extremely impressed with Saddiq. He did and fit into this starting rotation the way that we thought he would be able to look. This is the kind of potential that we expected from Saddiq. Now, some of his performances, like the 51-point bomb against Orlando, I don't think we're ever going to see that again. And that's okay. You don't need to see that. That's not what you need to see. Even if he doesn't score 28 on a nightly basis like this, you can still hope to project Saddiq in for an efficient 16 to around 20 points a game. I don't think that's too unrealistic for him. If he can get his efficiency under control and really take advantage of his spots to be an efficient and productive scorer instead of just holding the ball and unnecessarily trying to isolate and, drawing out ISOs kind of like Jeremy Grant did last year, Saddiq is going to show his value. These are the kind of games you need from him, and he played his behind off. I'm so proud of Saddiq Bey, and I want to give him all the love possible. So shout out to Saddiq. Now let's talk about Isaiah Stewart, because I've been just as hard, if not harder, on him. To me, this is the best game I've ever seen Beef Stew play in the NBA. Easily the best game. He had a career high of 24 points. Didn't hunt his shot a lot, though. I mean, he only shot the ball 10 times, went 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from the three-point line, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Is super impressive for Isaiah Stewart. That was really cool, and that I was super proud to see. Because if I put you in a blind just to look at the box score where you didn't even get to see the player's name, if I said, hey, somebody on the Pistons shot 10 of 11 from the free throw line, I promise you, none of you, if you get 3 guesses, none of you are guessing that it was Isaiah Stewart. And he stepped to the line, and he played as well as the Pistons needed him to, because they were in a tough spot. And they still are. Again, putting up 24 points, grabbing 13 boards, giving some really good help defensively as well, switching out on Steph Curry a lot, switching on Jordan Poole a lot. He was really effective on both sides of the floor. And again, given the circumstances where Jalen Duren twisted his ankle, and hopefully he's okay. Marvin Bagley being hurt. Nerlens Noel, we have not seen suit up yet for the Pistons. This team is already limited on size. They're already limited on depth within their bigs. They don't have enough of that already. So now with Beef Stew kind of being the most needed and most reliant in terms of their bigs right now based on what they have, if this Jalen Duren injury does linger on longer than expected, then we're going to need some big games from Beef Stew. Maybe not like this. I don't expect him to be able to drop these kind of numbers every night. I don't think that's going to happen. But you want to see him be effective on both sides of the court. And he was doing a very good job of that, especially towards the end of the fourth quarter. He was locking down a lot of tough shots at the end that helped the Pistons seal the victory. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But again, I've been really crazy and I've been really tough on Beef Stew. I've said a lot of wild stuff about him. I've definitely been suspicious about his fit within the starting lineup. But if he plays like this, you won't have nothing to hear from me, man. So shout out to Beef Stew. I'm eating crow today, and I'm happily doing it. I'm not rooting against these guys. I'm a fan just like you. I appreciate what I'm seeing, and I really hope y'all did too, man, because Beef Stew played his behind off. Shout out to Beef Stew for what he did today. Now, Cade Cunningham, another standout performance. This is this number 2 reason for why I think the Pistons were able to steal this win off. Cade looks like the year 2 Cade that we've been waiting for. First few games, he was kind of shooting a little bit inefficiently, wasn't finding a lot of rhythm with his passes, missed a lot of layups at the rim early, but now Cade seems to really be settling in and really seems to be picking his spots and knowing how to attack his opponents. I'm very impressed with what I see from Cade Cunningham. This, to me, again, this seems to be the year 2 Cade that we've been waiting for, and he looked like he might be in an all-star form as well, man. I know, it's early. I know, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not predicting him to be an all-star, but I also said I think some things could be sustainable throughout the season. Now, while I don't see Isaiah Stewart and Saddiq Bey having these, big splash nights every night, these kind of numbers from Cade Cunningham, I think, are very attainable on a consistent basis. 23 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, an assist away from a triple-double. Did have 4 turnovers. A couple of them were really nasty, but for the most part, Cade was doing a tremendous job of keeping the Pistons in the lead, especially in the first half, where he was extremely aggressive with his shot, really was knocking down that mid-range jumper, which seems to be his signature shot at this point. Very, I'm not gonna put that pressure on him. I'm just gonna say there's a lot of players that I know have some great mid-range shots in the NBA that went on to do well for themselves. So some of the best in NBA history have that patent mid-range shot, and Cade seems to be putting it on pretty nice. I'm not gonna put no crazy names on him yet, but if it continues, we'll have that conversation again later. But I loved what I saw from Cade today, man. He was super effective, was not scared of his shot. And I think he understands his responsibility on this team. I've said this for a while. Anybody who's seen me tweet this before, you know what I'm talking about. To me, I feel like Cade Cunningham has LeBron James-like responsibility to this team. Listen to what I'm saying. I didn't say his ceiling is LeBron. I didn't say he's going to be LeBron. I didn't say anything of the sort. I said he has LeBron-like responsibility to this team. Meaning, hey, Cade, we need you to be the floor general of this team, just like LeBron does. Cool, no problem. I can dish out 9, 10 dimes just like that. No problem. Put the guys in their spots. Help Bogey spot up, who had also a nice game of 21 points after cashing in on his 2-year extension. You can read up on it on DetroitSportsNation.com. But again, back to Cade. Again, hey, we need you to be our floor general. Put guys in their spots, make them better. The pass he had to Killian Hayes, which was spectacular. Cade was really on his game today with some of the passes he was making. Also, hey, Cade, we need you to kind of hit the boards. We're kind of undersized in the front court. We're really kind of getting beat up sometimes in the offensive glass. We need you to get in the paint and help us out a little bit. Okay, no problem. I'll do what I can. I got you. Okay, hey, well, also, Cade, we're going against Jordan Poole. Steph Curry is in this guy. We kind of need you to play a little bit defense on some of their best guys, too. Can you help us out with that? Yeah, no problem. Sure, I can play defense. I'm going to lock up and do what I can on Steph Curry. I'm bodying him. I'm playing with my hands up and trying to be responsible with the ball. I'm going to do what I can, and that's what he did. You know what, Cade? All that's great, too, but again, our guys are kind of young. Some of our guys are kind of inefficient shooters and scorers. We need you to score at least 20 points tonight, man. Can you help us out with that? Of course I can do that. No problem. And that's exactly what Cade is doing. Again, to me, that is LeBron James-like responsibility for this team, where he's really needed in just about every aspect of the team because of what you're either lacking or what his skill set is providing. Cade doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses outside of his three-point shot, which hopefully will come together. If that comes together, and he starts getting a fair whistle to get sent to the free throw line, MVP Cade is coming. All-Star Cade is coming. I'm telling you. I don't care anymore. Listen, I don't care. I'm over pumping already. But the point is, we saw him start up and ramp up a little slow, but I think now he's starting to settle into what he's needed to do. Like his last few games, he's been spectacular. And if we have a performance like this, hopefully on a weekly performance, on a weekly basis with Cade Cunningham, this team is going to be scarier than people think. And he's going to have to be the cruise control to make that happen for the Pistons. So very happy with what I saw from Cade Cunningham. I absolutely think this is sustainable, and I'm going to be watching it a lot. Now, my final point, I'll make this short. I'm going to go back and watch this game. But from what I saw, the Pistons did a very good job defensively because I think they finally stopped the unnecessary soft switching. If you look at this team, they were fighting over picks. They were sticking with their man. Like Cade was guarding Steph Curry for a lot of the game, and he was chasing him around. He wasn't just relying on switches. Now, this was a hard hedge by a Kevon Looney or James Wiseman, then maybe B-Stu would drop out and switch then. But outside of that, I didn't see a whole lot of possessions where they were just switching everything. They were fighting over a lot of picks. They were fighting in the passing lanes. Like Jaden Ivey did a really good job of that as well tonight. Like the Pistons did a good job of sticking with their man and being aggressive. And I think that's going to be the calling card of what Dwayne Casey teams are supposed to be, because that's what he's supposed to be. His specialty is making them play defense and bringing that out of them. Now, they went through a lot of times where Jordan Poole was just hitting heroic shot after heroic shot, and then Steph Curry would hit heroic shot after heroic shot, but they were able to withstand that with good stops and rebounds in the fourth quarter late in the game. Also, they were hitting shots after that as well. Cade would come down and get a layup or go to the free throw line. Sadiq was hitting big shots here and there. Isaiah Stewart was not shy with his jumper, even in the stretches where Golden State was running and putting a lot of pressure on the Pistons. They did a very good job of withstanding that pressure from a championship team. The championship team. The dynasty that's been running the league for damn near a decade at this point now. Golden State has been the gold standard for the league. And again, I want the Pistons to realize that. Like, this isn't Indiana. This isn't, granted, they lost to Indiana, but I'm saying they should look at this and have a different feeling in their head. When you do different things, like maybe go on a 5-game win streak, if you put up 30, if you beat a team that you're not expected to beat, that should help turn the wheels for you and realize how good you can be. I think that helped for the Pistons last season when they beat teams like Boston, beat teams like, Philly to close the season, Dallas to close the season, Milwaukee on the road like early in the season. Like they did a good job beating some good teams, standing tough against Brooklyn. And I think they're doing that right now. against a team like Golden State, where they weren't expected to win. Well, we all would have just said, hey, can y'all just at least put up a fight? Can you do that much at least? We would have been cool with that. They said, nah. We're tired of coming close. We're tired of almost getting there. We're going to make it happen. And the Pistons did a fantastic job of making sure they didn't slip up with this lead, man. Again, it didn't get any closer than like maybe 5 or 8 points. And the Pistons kept adding on and putting their foot on the neck of the Golden State Warriors and doing a fantastic job with that. I'm so happy with what I saw. Again, I don't know how much longer it's going to continue because this is, again, a roller coaster ride with this young team. But for now, let's just enjoy it while we can, man. I mean, what, you got the Lions? Well, just the Pistons. The Pistons are doing well. We got to support who's doing well, man. This is a good time to do so. But talk to me. I'd love to hear your feedback after this game. What were you thinking about the Pistons' victory? How do you think this is going to help for them moving forward? And hey, they got a victory in the teal jerseys. We didn't even mention that. Hey, we've seen enough losing. Anybody who grew up in the teal era like I did saw enough losing in those jerseys. The Pistons finally got one after blowing it against the Hawks. They finally got one tonight, and it was awesome to see, man. I'd love to hear how you guys felt about it, so talk to me in the comment section. Make sure you like the video as well and subscribe to the channel as we inch closer and closer to 5,000 subscribers. Help us hit that milestone with your love and your support. We would love it and appreciate it so much. Make sure you tap in as well on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of the above. Search and follow Detroit Sports Nation. And of course, be sure to follow me as well at I am Eric Vincent. And again, I appreciate your love and your support so much. You guys are making this so much fun. I really appreciate engaging with all you and hearing your feedback in the comments and telling me how you feel about the Pistons. So let me know how you're feeling. I'd love to talk to you guys there again. And I'll be right back here with another update in due time, right here from the DSN News Desk. Peace.